Hey, welcome to Grace's 9-month update video. Grace is having a nap right now, but I wanted to get a jump on this video since it is already late. It's June 1st, so she turned 9 months 2 days ago, and it is a really gloomy day outside, so I wanted to use as much of the natural light as I possibly could. So hopefully she'll wake up before this video is done. If not, I'll just insert some clips of her at the end. My cat is in the room with me. Hopefully he doesn't make too much noise. He does like to jump in the window, which is right behind the camera. So I have my list on my phone about all of Grace's things. So I'll just start with her size. We went to the doctor. Oh no, I said today's June 1st. Today's June 2nd, so we're 3 days late with this. Yesterday was June 1st. She had her 9-month doctor's checkup. She's totally healthy, no concerns. She has had like some redness in her corner, or it's her right eye, and the doctor thinks it's just eczema. It doesn't seem to bother her, so I wasn't too concerned, but my dad kept mentioning it every time he saw her and told me to get it checked out, so I think it's just eczema. So she weighs 23 pounds 3 ounces. So she is at the top of her, top percentile for her age. She's about 28 inches. They didn't measure properly at the doctor's office because they never do there, but she was less than what she was at her last appointment, so we know it was wrong. But last time I took her to the health clinic to get weighed and measured, she was like 27.8 or something like that. So she's about 28 inches. Her eyes are still blue. I'm pretty positive they're going to stay blue now. Her hair is coming in a lot more than it was even last month, and it's definitely blonde. It's not like bleach blonde, so I don't know if she'll stay blonde when she's older. My hair is blonde, but it's darkened a lot since I was a kid, so I think she may follow in my footsteps or whatever. She's in size 5 diapers. I've just recently switched her over to size 5. She probably could still fit in a 4, but I don't want to buy any more boxes of 4 and be halfway through the box of 4s and they just don't fit. So she is in size 5 diapers. She's in at least size 12-month clothes, usually like 12 to 18 months, but even sometimes bigger depending on the brand. She is so fast at crawling these days, it's crazy. She just motors along. She's getting way more comfortable with walking. She cruises, I think it's called, walks along the furniture all the time. She doesn't even really play with toys that much anymore. She just wants to walk around back and forth between the couches or just all over the living room. I don't know if last update, I think I did talk about it. We have baby jail set up. So we have baby gates in front of our computer, which is in the living room, and a baby gate closing off our living room from the kitchen and the rest of the house. So we just let her play in the living room. That's where she is not most of the day, but if we're home, she's in the living room in baby jail. So yeah, she's getting so much more confident walking, walking. She will walk. She used to have holding both your hands, but she will walk just holding one hand now, so she's definitely more confident. I think she may start walking before she turns 10 months. So we'll see, but she's definitely getting so much more confident. Grace eats everything now other than honey, and because kids aren't supposed to have honey until 1 year of age. I don't really know why. I think it is something to do with botulism. I'm sure you could Google it if you wanted to know. And she doesn't drink cow's milk because they're not supposed to, I think, as well before 1. I do give her almond milk once in a while because I've been trying to cut out dairy. Not because me or Grace is having an issue with it. I just don't agree with how the dairy industry works and how baby cows are taken away from their moms instantly, and just that's a whole nother topic. But I've been trying to cut out dairy so we don't have cow's milk in the house anymore. So I have given Grace some, just a little bit in a cup of almond milk with her dinner once in a while. It's not a nightly thing, and it is not replacing breast milk at all. Just for her to get used to the flavor pretty much and try something new. Her favorite foods right now are bananas for sure, but bananas, strawberries, and avocado. So they're definitely her favorites, but she'll eat pretty much anything. The last couple of days she's been getting a little bit picky. I don't know if that's just a mood, or my hair's doing something weird here. I don't know if that's just a mood or if she's starting to be a picky eater. I hope not, because she will normally eat pretty much everything, and she seems to really like things that have like an onion flavor. Like my mother-in-law makes sweet and sour meatballs, and there's little bits of onion in them, and Grace seems to really like those, but I'm not surprised because I love onions and I eat a lot of onions. So as far as breastfeeding, she has breast milk 4 to 6 times a day when she wakes up. She's been, I guess I'll talk about sleeping as well here. She actually slept through the night last night, but for the first time like a couple nights ago, so just before she officially turned 9 months. She's never really slept. Her first night ever that she was her first night in the world, she slept through the whole night, which was crazy. But other than that, she's never really slept through the night. She has slept like 8 hours before, but that was when she was really small. After the 4-month sleep regression, she had some sleep issues, but she's the last, I don't know, maybe month or so, I'm not sure if I talked about it in her last update, she had been waking up just once a night around anywhere between like 4 and 5 usually. And I would feed her then. And then last night actually she woke up, this morning she woke up at 6 a.m. or just before 6, and I fed her. And I wasn't sure if she'd go back to sleep, so I just put her back in her crib and went back to my bed, and she actually did fall asleep, and she slept for another about 2.5 hours, so that was really nice. So I had some time in the morning just to myself after Greg went to work, just to chill and relax before we got our day started. But yeah, so she is getting very, very close to always sleeping through the night, which is really exciting, but I'm okay with her waking up just once if it's only at 4 a.m. In the past month though, I think since her last update, she was waking up around 2 some nights, and I would be able to rock her back to sleep, and then I would actually feed her anywhere between 4 and 5. So then I'll feed her at around like 4 or 5, and then if she wakes up around 4 or 5, she'll usually sleep for 2 or 3 hours, 2.5 hours usually. So I'll feed her then, I'll give like breast milk then, and then we'll get up and play for a little bit. Then she has her solids of breakfast, which usually I feed her like peanut butter toast or coconut toast. She loves toast, or just like butter toast. And she has tried jam, but only once. What else? And she's not big on eggs these days. I pretty much almost every morning give her banana, sometimes cheese. Just whatever I really have in the fridge. I'm not really picky on having to give her like breakfast items or fruit in the morning. Sometimes she'll have, like, I give her spaghetti sauce often. Like if we have spaghetti sauce, then I'll give her that. Sometimes I'll give her that for breakfast. Just whatever I have in the fridge, I'll give her for solids regardless of the time of day. And then usually she's tired just after breakfast. Sometimes she'll play a little bit more. Then she'll have her morning nap. Our schedule is more based on the time she wakes up. I think I've said that before, than a clock, like a clock time schedule, whatever you call that. So then she'll have her morning nap, and then when she wakes up from that, I'll breastfeed her again, and then sometimes we'll go out then, or sometimes she'll have lunch. But if we're going to go out, it is between her morning nap and her afternoon nap. Right now she's having her morning nap. So we will be going out to the store once she wakes up. And then, so she'll have lunch, we'll go out, she'll play. That's usually her, like, most awake time, like, best time, where she's the happiest, busy. So then she'll have another afternoon nap anywhere, depending on the time of the morning nap, can be anywhere between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Just depends on how the day's gone, what we're doing, how tired she is, how hungry she is, whatever. So then she'll have an afternoon nap, which her naps can be anywhere from like just over half an hour to 2 hours. Usually it's an hour and a half. That's sort of been her regular lately. Sorry, that light is really distracting. That's my phone, the sun shining on my phone, and then like bouncing on there. I don't know if you could even see that. Anyways, and then, so I won't ever let her sleep past 5 o'clock. If she's had like a late nap, I won't let her sleep past 5 o'clock because she goes to bed at 7 every night. So she needs to be awake for at least 2 hours to be able to like really be tired enough to get back to sleep. So that's sort of her schedule. I think I said everything about that. Sorry, my camera stopped recording again there. So her after dinner routine is dinner around 6 o'clock, give her a bath every night, or sorry, not every night, every other night, or every like just depending on, Sometimes I give her a bath after lunch if she's messy. So just the bath isn't always there. Then we read her a couple stories, but we always read her, well, the sun just started shining and it's like super bright. We always read her the Night Night Forest Friends book. Hang on, I just want to try and fix this. I think that's a little better, hopefully. I'm so excited to get a new camera and not have to deal with such like bad focus issues. Anyways, let's get back into what we're talking about. We read her Night Night Forest Friends book, and then I breastfeed her in her room in the dark, and then I'll just rock her back and forth a little bit and sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and then I put her in her bed. I don't rock her to sleep and I don't nurse her to sleep. I just want to make sure that she has a full belly before she goes to bed for the night so that she'll sleep as long as possible. So that is, I think, everything about her schedule. So Grace is obsessed with any little fluff on the ground. It just, I think in the last like couple weeks probably, there's a fluff or a piece of dirt or just like any little thing that's on the carpet, she's picking up and wanting to eat, of course. So I have to really be on top of vacuuming and just like watching her. She'll just like stop and get quiet and like look at something. She has started crying when, not every time, but probably 90% of the time when she's told no. So she definitely understands what no means, which is very age appropriate. She definitely only likes to do what she wants to do, and that goes for everything. The doctor was trying to check her hips yesterday and she was so strong. He was just eventually, it was not the doctor, like a med student, but anyways, he was like, okay, she's fine. She's not letting me check it. The sun is getting bright again. But yeah, she started giving kisses. She won't always do it. She doesn't like pucker her lips like adults do or whatever, like, but she'll just sort of stop and like lean into you and sort of open her mouth a little bit. It's super cute though. When it's on her terms, it's adorable. In the last week or so, I think I talked about it last update, that she's really wanting to climb, but the last week or so she's really wanting to climb everything. She tries to put her foot up on anything she can find, especially if there's anything in front of the window that her little play area is in front of. She wants to like climb up to see higher out the window or something, but yeah, she's definitely gonna be a climber. The last thing I have written on my phone is just that she's so curious about everything. She's such a curious baby. I like to call her nosy. Her dad doesn't really like when I call her that, but I mean it in the nicest way. I'm a nosy person and both my parents are nosy, so she comes by it naturally. But she's just so curious about everything, taking everything in, watching what everybody does when we're out and about. Like she just, I feel like it's getting super unfocused. Sorry, I'm so distracted. When we're out and about, which is probably her favorite thing to do, is just be out around the mall or like go for walks. She just stares at everything. She will not fall asleep in her stroller unless she's really tired because she just wants to look at everything. So as far as Grace's, usually I have a lot of like products, if you want to call them that, toys or whatever that she's really obsessed with. But right now she's just so busy cruising or whatever, like walking around the living room holding on to the baby gate and the couches and that's pretty much all she wants to do these days. But she really wants to get phones, my phone or her dad's or anybody's who's in the house, and the remote. She wants the remote so bad. I don't know if it's because I don't let her have it that's why she wants it. Same with the phone. It's not something she needs to be playing with. It's got batteries in it. I don't want her to excuse me, I don't want her to eat the batteries. Not that I think she could get them out, but it's just not something she needs to play with. She has tons of other toys. So the other thing that Grace really likes right now, this is her Easter basket. It's got Easter bunny. But I have this bucket, and then I have another like bigger dollar store bucket that all her toys usually stay in when she's not playing with them. But something that she's really loved to do right now is just taking everything out and throwing it on the floor or putting it back in. I think she's really coming to that age of like putting stuff in and out, and like that's probably one of her favorite activities. She does really like, sorry, I don't know if that's too loud. She does really like the Lynx right now. She's never really been big into them. I've always just used them to attach toys to her car seat or to the stroller, or yeah, that's pretty much it. But lately she's really gotten big into them and really likes them, so that's kind of nice because they're super easy to wash. They're just like easy to fit in a bag. She still does really like anything that makes noise, like this fish rattle. I think I've showed her other rattles before. This one she didn't like when she was littler because it's heavier than the other one, so it's harder for her to like lift up and shake, but she's so strong now that doesn't matter. I think that's about it as far as toys and stuff like that. Let's just see. This is the song I play. I don't know if you can hear that. That's the song that I play for her in the daytime for her naps. In the night I put on like the one that's like tropical birds because the birds wake up at like 4 or 5 a.m. and we've had our window open because it is starting to get warm. This past week it's been raining, but that doesn't matter. So I don't want the birds when they start chirping to wake her up, so if there's already like chirping on her sound machine, then I figure the birds chirping outside, it isn't like a new noise. So that's it for Grace's 9-month update video. 3 more months and she'll be a year. That's just insane. This time has flown by so fast. So I will insert some clips of Grace at the end because she was not in this at all. I'm surprised that she didn't wake up. She's been sleeping for almost 2 hours now, so I will probably wake her up. I usually don't let her sleep longer than 2 hours, but that is all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe to follow our journey. See you next time. Bye! So of course she woke up right after I stopped filming. Woo! What you doing? You're so quick. Come walk. Walk. Hi. Woo. Woo. Spit it out. You goober.